There has been a recent development in the real estate investment business that is worthy of your attention. The last half dozen calls we've had from 1031 investors have been inquiring about opportunity zones. So we've tried to do a little bit of homework here in the early going. Opportunity zones are a little bit different than the traditional enterprise zones going back to the Jack Kemp days. This new concept, I think, is going to compete very effectively with the traditional 1031 tax deferral solution business. Essentially, there is the development of opportunity funds, which we will see, and I think developing relationships with opportunity funds are going to be very meaningful going forward. So the traditional 1031 investor is going to be able to defer his capital gain if he invests his money, he or she invests their money in one of these opportunity funds, and that must be done within 180 days of the transaction. So that's one timeline. These opportunity funds must reinvest roughly 90% of the monies that they're holding, and they will have a situation then where the holding period that's advised preliminarily is a 10-year period. If you choose to sell the asset, you'll be taxed in prior to 10 years. But essentially, you'll have no taxable gain until 2026. So you have roughly 7 years to defer that gain. At that point, the capital gains reference point is a 15% capital gains tax. So this is going to be a very, very important new initiative. Ironically, the architect for this was Sean Parker of Napster and Facebook fame, and it's actually a pretty thoughtful review because it creates a market-based solution for investment into areas that are in dire need of such investment. So, as a 1031 investor, if you're selling significant assets, and we have a handful of clients right now who are contemplating major sales anywhere from $10 or $15 million, in one case up to a couple $100 million. Exploring these opportunity zones is not just a nice idea. I think this is going to be the new wave. Now, when you think back to this time last year, when there was a debate about the IRC continuing the 1031 exchanges for real estate, this development, while not fully flushed out by the Treasury Department yet, is going to be a very, very valid and important new investment initiative. We are researching this right now. Please double back to us. We expect to be very, very active in this opportunity zone business going forward. Thanks very much for your attention.